higher learning, you know. People are a little more enlightened, I think. Certainly we had a good experience recently at Mitchell College. And everybody there was so nice to us.
And if I'm not mistaken, we're supposed to be going to Yukon in the spring.
There is something in the works. I think, Tara, you were working on that.
Right. We've gotten, actually, she's agreed to come on the show as well. So, to give a spoiler, Florette King from the Yukon Rainbow Center had contacted us about, had expressed an interest in having a panel at Yukon, and I'd offered her to come on the show and tell all of you about what the Rainbow Center does and is about, and give them a plug. So she's agreed to come on, and then also Robin McCallan, who runs True Colors, has agreed to come on the show.
Very good.
So she'll be able to tell us.
Hopefully soon.
Probably in the January-February time frame, right?
Very good.
We just have to nail them down to a date.
Yeah,
right.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
A couple of really good shows.
So
and Jerry Marie's coming.
And Jerry Marie.
And Diana's coming back.
Diana will be coming back, yes. So we're lining up some good guests. I actually have a plastic surgeon, my favorite plastic surgeon, who has agreed to be on the show. So he will probably be on the show sometime beginning of the year. I have to lock that down. But a very nice man, local plastic surgeon, who did a little work for me. Not a lot, not a huge amount, I swear, but just a little bit. And he has worked on some other people that I know, and a very skilled man, and very good looking. But married, I know. But a very nice man, and he has agreed to come on our show. So hopefully we'll get that set up, and we should have a pretty full schedule coming up. Bunch of good stuff. I wanted to talk to you, Renee, about something. I don't want to put you on the spot here, but you had told me, and just tell me to shut up if you don't want to talk about this.
Okay.
But you had told me recently a little story about somebody you know, and you certainly don't have to name any names, about somebody you know at a bank that you had recently come out to, and you had told me about the reaction that this person had, and I was really amazed by that, and I thought that was really wonderful.
Yes, I was also very pleased with it. She, in turn, after me. How this started was I had a letter that I had written to the complex that I live in, and when I came out to the complex, I had wrote up a letter, a 3-page letter, and I had everyone from the complex come to the community room, and at that point I read the letter off to them, and out of the whole complex there was only maybe a couple that, which is fine, disagreed with. On getting back to this person at the bank, hi Brandy. She in turn started crying when I told her, and I was really happy because her and I have been good friends for a few years, and I didn't want to ruin our relationship, and I didn't know how that would have went, and she in turn had the other girls come in from the bank and into her office, and I presented the letter to them, and it was really made me feel unbelievably. It was really, really nice. I was really happy with the outcome.
And so she was very supportive and very happy for you.
Extremely supportive, yes.
And it's such a dramatic change from walking into that kind of situation every time. We're terrified of how that person's going to respond to us.
Right.
Each and every person.
Each and every person.
Approach. No one can feel or express their feeling until they go through this.
Right. And
It's
it's difficult, it's scary, and it's one of the things that was toughest for me was giving people the opportunity to come up with a reaction for themselves rather than assigning a reaction to them.
exactly.
I mean, my instinct is generally to say, okay, bye, go away. Or I go away.
Right.
But I got tired of running when I got out here, so I mean, it was something new to learn.
You sort of sit there and you think to yourself, all right, I know how that person's going to react. That's going to be kind of negative. I won't tell them.
Right.
And one by one, you end up isolating yourself from everybody because you expect none of them are going to react well.
Right.
That's not a great existence when you've cut off all of your friends because you anticipate them to respond poorly.
At some level, I have to trust that I've chosen good friends.
Right.
I have to trust my own previous judgment.
And I have to say, because they are good friends, several of mine, including a couple cousins, chastised the hell out of me for not trusting them.
Oh yeah,
That's surprising.
You should have known better. It's like, well, maybe I should have known better, but my anxiety got the better of me for a little while.
Fear isn't always rational.
There again,
Right.
no one can know what the feeling is until they
Right.
go through this.
Right.
It's interesting, you know. It's exactly right. We sort of have this expectation of how people will react, and we're frequently wrong.
Yeah.
Wonderfully wrong.
And my experience is, and certainly in the beginning, I was prepared. I was prepared to be a pariah. I feared everybody's going to hate me, and I was very wrong about that. And it was a good thing to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I was surprised frequently by the way people reacted, and I'm pleasantly surprised. So
it actually, thinking back on it, it takes a lot of effort to emotionally and mentally try to prepare yourself to live the rest of your life alone,
Right.
expecting everybody's going to abandon you when you disclose. You know, the expectation that I'm going to tell this person that's been a friend of mine now for, 15, 20 years, and they're going to hate me, and they're never going to want to see me again. And to be able to get to a point, I mean, it's almost tragic that you have to get to a point many times where you're prepared to lose a friend of 20 years as you walk into their house to tell them.
yeah,
And Renee had a wonderful experience with this person.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, and that is so nice.
So we want to thank her for that, too.
Yeah,
I'd like to thank also a person by the name of Penny. She's been very supportive in my, journey here, and I thank her for that. She's been a big help as well.
wow. That's wonderful. Yeah. It is. The world is changing, and I think for the better. And so we do assign reactions to people, and we are frequently wrong. And I certainly was very wrong for the most part. I think I only lost one friend, who was a longtime friend of mine for probably 30 years. And in fact, I was, I hate to say this, I was best man at his wedding. Now I could not be best man anymore. It would have to be maid of honor. But this person abandoned me and just poof, gone. Doesn't want anything to do with me. And that speaks to his character, not mine.
Ironically, I had when I was coming out to my larger group of friends, one of them was getting married recently, and I'd been invited to the wedding prior to me coming out, so I was prepared to step down from the wedding, just as not in the wedding party or anything. And he and his fiancée were very supportive and basically forbade me from skipping out on the wedding.
Very cool.
But then I'm talking to him, and he goes, I just realized, and this sucks, but I think I have to uninvite you to the bachelor party.
Yes. But now you get to go to the shower.
There.